So I've talked a little bit about parking in neighborhoods and changing street configurations and that sort of thing. I want to take a minute to talk about an article that I read in the Columbian yesterday. And this is related to a lead story, and the indication here is city to add 700 parking spaces. 700, wow. So in reading the article, I'm trying to add up to 700. So 29 spaces on West Evergreen, 21 spaces in this other location, 22 spaces on King Street, 8 spaces on 13th Street. And then to change maybe the use of the city hall parking lot, which can accommodate 121 vehicles, and maybe have some of those able to be monthly rental or shorter term parking. But we're a long way from 700 there. So I read on to the next part of the article, which is the part I was afraid I would see. And that is the other parking spaces to add up to the 700 new is going to involve a public-private partnership with the Waterfront development. When I hear that, I'm really baffled. Several years ago, the city, who owned several parking garages downtown, discussed whether or not the city should be in the private parking business. And the consensus of the council was, no, the city shouldn't be in the parking business. So all the parking garages got sold. And those went to private hands, or some of the buildings may have been removed or reused. So now I hear from this newspaper article that the city is thinking about going back into the parking garage business. That's a concern to me. And the reason that's a concern to me is this Stronger Vancouver program is a massive tax increase on several different levels that before this consideration was ever done, this Stronger Vancouver is going to raise property taxes, take the levy lid lift off, that's the proposal that's in front of us, and raise all these other taxes. The city itself has no money. They get it from us. They get it from the citizens. And I would like to be on a panel that says, do we want the city to go back and invest in the parking garage business to accommodate the waterfront development? I think there's a question of fairness about that. And with all of us need to pay for that, and yet the benefit is to a specific area and a specific group of investors. So I question the fairness of that and the financial responsibility of making that kind of a decision. So I think that's something we all need to keep an eye on and talk about some more. And this is a proposal, and we'll see where this goes, but we need to be cautious about this. Fiscally, I have a big question about it would take enormous amounts of money. So I have questions about where that money would come from and what we lose to spend the money on a parking garage. What would we not have money to do if we spend it on a parking garage?